Anna silently cursed herself. She'd spent half the morning waiting across the street until she'd seen the man walk away with a friend. She'd assumed that he would be gone for a while, but her gamble hadn't been a lucky one. She had not watched closely enough. He'd managed to get behind her. He'd seen her snatch the apple. Now she was caught.
"You lousy little thief!"
he shouted angrily, pulling Anna closer, dragging her toward him against her will. His breath smelled of tobacco and alcohol.
"Ain't nobody steals from my family and gets away with it. Nobody."
By now, every face in the cramped grocery store had turned toward them. Anna saw disgust and disappointment flutter across one woman's features, and a grandfatherly man shook his head.
"Someone get a cop,"
the man yelled, looking up and down both sides of the sidewalk, searching for an officer. Glaring down at Anna, he added,
"Maybe spending some time locked up with the rest of the trash litter in these streets'll teach you a lesson."
Panic flared in Anna's chest. The thought of going to jail for what she'd done was terrifying. She'd taken the apples only because she was starving. Couldn't anyone understand how hungry she was? Once she was arrested, she knew no one would come for her. Not her brother, and definitely not her mother. She'd rot behind bars long before anyone in her family even knew she was missing. After receiving countless beatings at the hands of stronger girls, she'd probably get shipped off to an orphanage. Anna couldn't think of a worse fate. No matter what it took, she had to get away. Desperately, she tried to pull herself free of the man, but his grip was as tight as a vice. When he felt her struggle, he clamped down even harder.
"Let me go!"
Anna screamed.
"Fight all you want,"
the man sneered.
"It ain't gonna do you no good."
"I'll give them back. I promise I won't do it again."
"It's too late for all that."
Anna felt the noose closing quickly around her. If she was going to remain free, she had to do something. Desperate, Anna raised her foot and drove her heel down onto the man's toes as hard as she could. A sharp yelp burst from his mouth. She couldn't know if it was because she'd actually managed to hurt him, or if he'd just been surprised that she was still defying him, but it was enough to make him momentarily loosen his grip on her arm. Quickly, she threw a sharp elbow into the soft paunch of his stomach and tore herself free. Without a second's hesitation, Anna was off, like a rabbit suddenly freed from a snare, running away from the grocer's as fast as she could. Behind her, the man bellowed, "Stop! Stop! You good-for-nothing bitch! Somebody stop her!" Anna dodged an old man with a cane, slid on the slippery sidewalk, and nearly collided with a fire hydrant before managing to right herself and race on. At any moment, she expected a policeman to suddenly appear before her, ready to snatch her up as she raced headlong into his open arms, or for some good Samaritan to grab her and drag her kicking and screaming back to the grocer for her punishment. But nothing happened. The sounds of the city, the shouts of the grocer's son, all faded until the only thing Anna could hear was the pounding of her heart.
"Gimme that."
Anna had only just bitten into the apple, her teeth piercing the skin, the juice deliciously sweet on her tongue, when it was suddenly yanked from her grasp. Before she could react, she was shoved hard in the chest and sent crashing to the floor, landing awkwardly on her side. Her brother stood above her in the small, darkened bedroom they shared, staring at his newly acquired prize with a sneer of triumph on his face. 4 years older than she, at 16, Peter Finnegan was well on his way to manhood, but Anna didn't much like the man he was becoming. While she struggled with the dilemma of stealing food in order to survive, Peter had no such compunction about breaking the law. She'd seen him running around with other boys she knew were up to no good, gambling with a pair of dice in alleyways, and heard rumors of his breaking into people's homes and stealing, and even running errands for one or another neighborhood mobster, the sort of important, dangerous man she knew Peter hoped someday to become. Most nights, she went to sleep in their room alone and woke the next morning to find he hadn't bothered to come home. Assuming that she would be alone to eat her stolen treasure had been a mistake, the second she'd made that day. "That's mine," she said evenly, doing her best to ignore the throbbing ache in her arm. "Give it back."
"How'd you get this?"
Peter asked, nodding at the apple.
"You ain't got 2 pennies to rub together. Did someone give it to you? Did you find it, or—"
He continued, a sinister grin spreading across his face.
"Did you steal it?"